Hi Scorpio, Scottish Gypsy here to do your fortnightly tarot and oracle reading. As usual guys, I've pre-shuffled the cards and got a channeled message which I'll tell you about before I start the main reading. If you don't know how things work on this channel, my name is Karen and readings go up every 2 weeks. I try and do lots of bonus readings on the alternate week. In fact, I did do one for the Scorpio Collective last week, so it's still a relevant reading. If you missed it, go check it out. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, Scorpio, it truly is the one thing that you can do that really will support the channel's growth, particularly as I work towards that 100k subscriber goal. All right, so when I was pre-shuffling, the High Priestess came out with the Ace of Swords. Now, the aces in tarot can represent new paths that are opening up for you, new beginnings in your life. Now, the High Priestess is a very psychic, very spiritual energy, and it could be that you're really in that. You could be really leaning towards your intuition at this time. It could be a time of like strong clarity, strong mind, lots of thoughts and ideas, particularly because the other oracle I was working with, the Ideas card came out. So for me, that Ace of Swords could be a thought or idea that you might be wanting to pursue, some sort of new start, new beginning in your life. Also, there was one other card. Oh, changes. It simply says changes, and when you read the wording of that card, it can say that perhaps you're on the brink of a new beginning or some change in your life, and it's about welcoming and embracing change. So yes, let's get on with it. That's just the pre-shuffle, Scorpio. Bottom of the deck. Okay, so we have got that you may need to dig into your willpower, because at the bottom of the deck, we've got will. So in the recent past, perhaps you've really come into that fiery energy of willpower. So there could be some sort of determination towards something. It could be a time of strong will, strong focus here, Scorpio. Let's see. All right, Scorpio, what might be the strongest themes in the 2 to 3 weeks ahead? Oh, okay, what do we have? We've got possibility with creation, which for me kind of links to the Ideas card that came out for you, Scorpio. So it feels like a creative energy. You're opening up or exploring the ideas or the possibilities in your life. I have no idea in what area, if this is around business, what you do for work. It could be any area of your life here, but this is a time of creation and possibility. Then we had 2 really beautiful cards come out together, Beauty and Grace. Scorpio, look how they came out like side by side. So you're showing up as being graceful and beautiful. Or there could be someone around you that you might be admiring here as well, but it just feels really, feels Venetian for me. I don't know if there's a focus on your personal appearance here, whether your focus is around health, fitness, well-being, but you're carrying yourself with grace and beauty at the moment, which is really nice. Bottom of the deck, recovery. So perhaps you've gone through a period of not feeling well, could have gone through a heartbreak, you could have broken free from some addictions or things that you were pursuing in your life that you knew were not good for you, Scorpio. Okay, so perhaps you've been recovering from something like that. You might have really used your focus and willpower in order to break free from something that might have been not good for you. Okay, whether it's drugs, alcohol, overeating, being around the wrong people. I feel like you've been focused on really putting yourself into this energy of grace and beauty. So it feels like maybe a level up, Scorpio, a glow up, something like that. Let's work with the next oracle. So that's the Queen of the Sun oracle. Now I'm going to work with the Queen of the Moon. And at the bottom of the deck, I've got a beautiful angel number 22. And it says wisdom. You can see this person is climbing the ladder because of the knowledge they're gaining, perhaps the books they're reading, the education that they're providing for themselves here. There's an elevation. There is something, though, about not just gaining knowledge, Scorpio, but applying that wisdom to your life, okay? There's something that you're reaching for here. I can see that quite clearly. It is a time of growth because it's next to the growth card. So I feel like you are growing and leveling up in some area. Now, you could be studying, reading books. I don't know what's helping you level up. tell me in the comments, Scorpio. I would love to hear. One more, please. All right, self-reflection. Yeah, I was kind of feeling that, Scorpio, that you've recently taken a good hard long look at yourself, your life, but it feels like it could be for a lot of you, your well-being. You've looked in the mirror, you've reflected on what you see being mirrored back to you. I'm thinking of that quote, the man in the mirror. So I don't know, I actually feel that you've made some changes here, and the changes have been really positive for you. I have got at the bottom of the deck pleasure. Let's see, Scorpio. Boundaries. Maybe when you reflected in the mirror, Scorpio, I don't know if what you've learned is that you need to establish greater boundaries around yourself, or exercise boundaries in your life, or perhaps it's time to let your guard down. Maybe you've had yourself in this bubble here and it's time to come out of that bubble. Maybe you've been overly protecting your energy here. Tell me in the comments which way this is leaning to, particularly when I see trust. So I don't know if someone violated your trust here, Scorpio, and that has led to you being in this protective energy. Maybe it is time to trust. Let's get one more, please, for Scorpio. The unexpected. Now, I feel like there could be another person connected to the unexpected event or energy that's coming through, because I can see two people in the card. So I don't know if this is a friendship, a relationship. I do feel there could be some challenges through this period. The unexpected can be that Tower energy. So a period, and we had the changes card, and that does show resistance. In other words, the resistance or the challenges in life are what helps us grow and ascend and evolve here. So there is something about leaning into the changes that you're undertaking at the moment. I feel compelled to get one more. We've got action. Now, you saw that person in the boundaries who was in that protective energy. Maybe it's time for someone to come out of that energy, and it's time for action. Yeah, I feel like there's something around you choosing self-love, or needing to, because sometimes it can be where you're looking in the mirror but you're being a harsh critic on yourself, and it's about showing you self-love. But because I've got grace and beauty here with self-love and self-reflection, perhaps you're learning to prioritize yourself, learning to show yourself love first here. If not, Scorpio, I really feel that's what the universe is asking of you at this time. Mystical wisdom, and then we'll go on with tarot. Okay, there's something around money coming through as well. Find a path to abundance, and the title of the card says money. So perhaps that's an area of focus. Perhaps that's an area connected to the ideas and the action energy. There could be a thought with the Ace of Swords. You might be ready to reveal something, because the High Priestess can be where you're, like a little secretive or not revealing it. And the Ace of Swords, maybe now is the time, okay, to pursue that thought, that idea, that initiation. One more, please, for Scorpio. Bottom of the deck. I didn't need to shuffle, Scorpios. There again. The universe does want you to explore the ideas, the thoughts, the possibilities. Open up to it. There is a path to abundance. Let's see, Scorpio. Archangel Raphael. Okay, Archangel Raphael is the healer of body, mind, and soul. Now, you did have recovery, so perhaps you have been healing from something here. You'll know the impact if it is body, mind, or soul related. They are telling you that it's time to live your life to the fullest. Now, you know, that boundaries card can be perhaps you've been keeping yourself protected here. Maybe your boundaries have been too rigid, or maybe it's time. Maybe you've gone through the recovery period. Oh, and it's next to, in the other deck, action. So the action has actually come out of both the Queen of the Sun and the Queen of the Moon. So it's time to take action. Let's see, Scorpio. We've got memories, cherished memories of loved ones. Now, this is quite similar to the Six of Cups energy. So there could be an event, a celebration with family, loved ones. It might be making you feel this nostalgia. There could be that you're missing someone here as well. They are telling you it's time to raise your standards with the peacock energy. So you got two cards of self-reflection. You've got beauty and grace. So perhaps that's what you're seeing when you look in the mirror. Okay, so there might be some positive changes that you're ready to make in terms of prioritizing yourself. Yeah, dragonfly has now come out. So the universe is saying it's time to spread those wings. Okay, Scorpio, it's time for a bit of adventure and live life to the fullest. Some of you might be taking a vacation. I've shared in this channel before, Zara, my 20-year-old youngest daughter, she's a Scorpio, and she's almost leaving for Europe on a 6-week adventure with her friends. So I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but you know, there is something about adventure, fun, living life to the fullest, and perhaps some of you definitely need to book that trip. Let's get one more for the Scorpio collective. Resilience, okay, rise above tribulations. And I'm seeing another ladder, or is it a bridge? No, it's staircase, okay? So you've seen the ladder and the staircase. Using your wisdom that you've gained in life, the knowledge you've gained in life to handle the difficulties and the tribulations of life and elevate. So there is something about you rising above here. Okay, let's look at tarot now, and we'll tie it all together. I've got 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now, at its worst, the 7 of Swords there could be someone around you that you might perceive as being secretive, lying to you, deceiving you in some way. But because I had the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords, some of you, this can be a strategy card, a tactics card. So, and High Priestess can be quite a secretive energy. So whether or not you're doing something behind the scenes at the moment, or you're not ready to reveal the path that you're taking, but just be careful or cautious here, because 7 of Swords can be a shady energy. But because you've got the High Priestess with the Ace of Swords, I feel like you'll see right through any of that if it is around you at this time. Okay, Scorpio, trust your intuition. One more, please. Card does not want to go back. There's the vacation potentially for a lot of you. The Chariot is the first card out, which can connect to travel, movement, and it's also action. You had the double action card, Scorpio. All right, so absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, Chariot, double action. In the next couple of weeks, I feel like there's a movement energy. I don't know what you're taking action towards, or what you're pursuing, or what, you know, it could be a goal or ambition. I do feel like you're going to need, situation's going to need a little bit of soft control. Okay, you've got the soft control and the hard control. So there's something about willpower, having to overcome any obstacles, challenges, tribulations in the pursuit of what it is that you're moving towards here. So for example, if you are traveling, there could be some challenges or tribulations you face, and this is about you using your willpower, your courage, your strength in order to overcome anything in the way of your destination, okay? But it can be anything. Clearly it's a metaphor here, but you've got Cancerian energy first out. Also, some of you could have a strong Cancer placement. For example, Zara has double Cancer, okay, rising and moon. Then you've got Judgment, huge energy. 2 major arcana out here with the Fool. I am sensing a new adventure. For me, I'm really feeling this dragonfly, live life to the fullest. The Fool is about a new journey, a new beginning. There's exhilaration, excitement, a little bit of nervousness about this new path, this new beginning. But someone's like awakening to the truth that it's time. And then we have the 8 of Cups. Now, the 8 of Cups can talk about emotional withdrawal. It can also talk about walking away from people, places, or situations where we perceive we're no longer happy, or our needs are not being met, or we feel that there's a path that's more fulfilling for us. This person is in the pursuit of the 9 of Cups. Okay, I do see some obstacles and challenges ahead, Scorpio, so definitely a time to rise above any competition, any obstacles, any challenges or tribulations in the pursuit of whatever this is, this Chariot energy. No, I do see a person walking away. I don't know if there's another person around you who's awakening to the truth that you're exiting a situation or leaving them behind. Okay, that could be the case for some of you. Let's get the next three. But you got two major arcana in the top row. So the Judgment is a powerful time of awakening. Can even talk about spiritual awakening or awakening to a truth is what I'm leaning to, because I had the High Priestess with the Ace of Swords. And it feels like it's connected to the pursuit of the Nine of Cups, like someone's moving in the direction of what they perceive will make them happy. One more, please. All right, we've got King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn at the bottom of the deck. Let's get your next three cards. The World. I mean, this is a big reading, Scorpio. You've got a lot of major arcana, which has a lot of meaning to me as a reader. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, another major arcana in the split. So it is a time of change, but it's positive change. This is connected to the planet Jupiter, which is growth, expansion, opportunity knocking. Okay, so it does feel like an expansive time. It feels like new beginnings. You know, the world is about cycles closing in our life. And it can talk about you being on the brink of a new cycle. Now, as a reader, when I see Chariot and World and I've seen the Vacation, you can see right away it can mean that someone's traveling internationally, traveling the world, in the case of Zara. Okay, so there could be something around distance as a factor. Heart of the reading. Yep, heart of the reading is so beautiful. Wheel of Fortune, and in the split we got the Spiritual Union cards, the Two of Cups. I definitely felt the presence of another person here, and it feels connected to this unexpected when I see the two people, and I did call that out, Scorpio. I don't know the significance of this connection. It's a soul contract. It can be your best friend. It can be your lover. You know, it can be someone that you have that real soulmate tied to. Now I am seeing King of Pentacles, so there could be an earth sign that's significant as well. Yeah, look at that. King and Queen of Pentacles. Now some of you could have a strong earth placement. For example, as you know, I'm a Taurus sun and I'm a Scorpio rising. So already I can feel this reading resonating. I can see it play out in Zara's life, and I can see it playing out in my life. So you've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Two people who are very well matched, equally yoked. So if you're single as a Pringle, you could be attracting someone very significant. Now for some of you, there could be significance around a mother and a father energy as well. Okay, so it doesn't have to be romantic. It can also be something around a business partnership with the King and Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Let's get the next three. I can tell you right now, Scorpio, it is a time of change. The heart of the reading is the Wheel of Fortune, which is change. The wheel is spinning. Okay, what do we have? That was rather unexpected. Ooh, someone's been in hermit mode, doing a bit of research and doing a bit of thinking. They came out together. Now, the Page of Swords is when we're researching, analyzing, digging up information, doing research. Hermit is like solitary energy, Virgo's major arcana. So it's that deep contemplation. It can be dark night of the soul, but for me this feels like someone's in a solitary energy, but they're really doing a lot of thinking and a lot of research. Now it could also be that there's someone watching you, Scorpio. It can be the stalker of tarot, and I don't mean that in, you know, that dark sense, but just if you're in separation from someone, it could be someone's watching someone online, particularly with the World card. Some of you could meet someone online as well. Let's get the final card for Scorpio. Page of Pentacles. Now, I can see Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Now, Three of Pentacles, in terms of business or work, talks about teamwork and collaboration, and it being a really good time to work with others, connect with others, build with others. It's also a creative energy, so I see a lot of expansion and growth around money and business and jobs as well here for people. And also this can connect to friends as well for me, like people in your network. But there is something coming through Leo energy about strength being required at this time. So you've got 2 pages outside of the Hermit. Now, pages in tarot can talk about initiating new thoughts, new ideas, new plans, taking your first step in a new direction after being in hermit mode. So I see there has been a period of someone here, whether it's you or someone connected to you, Scorpio, who's chosen to be alone for a period. Now, I have no idea how long this single solitary energy is, whether it's a month, a year. Someone could have been in hermit mode and not in a connection for a very long time. You'll know the significance. It can connect to when we're going through that deep, dark night of the soul, particularly when I see judgment. Okay, this can be very spiritual, like someone's heart awakening here. I also see a lot of initiation or potentially messages back and forth here as well. So you'll know what the communication is connected to, but it feels like it's time for initiation and action after a period of hermit mode is really what's coming through. What I might do, because I'm a nosy Parker, I might pull a wee card on this Wheel of Fortune. Let's see if we can get some ideas around what it might be. I am feeling something about you realizing that it's no or never, or no is the time, is what I'm hearing. Why is Wheel of Fortune here? Now that's what I really feel, this is the unexpected. So the unexpected, often the tarot can show, and it can be quite a challenging, unexpected event. Because you've got the Wheel of Fortune in the heart, Scorpio, this seems much more like positive, okay? We have got the 6 of Pentacles. Now this can connect to receiving money, receiving gifts, receiving support. It can also be giving, but I'm going to say that you're receiving something. And look what's happening here. You've got the Ace of Wands and the 8 of Wands. So it's like someone feeling that sense of passion, adventure, excitement. 8 of Wands can also be indicative of travel as well, air travel sometimes. Perhaps you're getting money or support on that trip, okay? So if we look at Zara's scenario, it can be her mother, me, Queen of Pentacles, and her father giving her some support for that trip, okay? But it can be, you know, any type of support. But 6 of Pentacles, it has a strong connection to money. So there could be a sum of money that you didn't expect. It's unexpected. And it's positive, right? Because you've got the 8 of Wands with the Ace of Wands. So it's like there's a sense of passion and excitement connected to what you're receiving. I'm leaning to receiving here. It could be giving, but I'm definitely leaning to receiving. So it's a time of expansion and growth. We had the 3 of Pentacles, right? 3s are also about expansion and growth. So is the World. I'll just say it again, Chariot and World. If you've not had a holiday for a while, it's a good time to book that trip. It's definitely on the cards. Now the Judgment with the World, you can see it goes from 20 to 21. So if you know tarot, this can say it's like someone's realizing that now is the time, the heart's awakening, they're ready for the new beginnings. We had the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, so it's a time of, like excitement. And you did have Dragonfly twice, that it's time to live life to its fullest potential here, because I feel like you might have been in hermit mode for a while. So I don't know if you were healing from a breakup. Maybe there was a period of recovery, focusing on your own spiritual development, your own healing and well-being, and maybe now is the time. And like I say, I feel like in this hermit mode, maybe you've been studying, okay? I can see the books. Maybe you've really been focused on pursuing new thoughts, new paths, new ideas, right? You've been in this creative energy because we did have creation and possibility. Now, pages connect to possibilities, like taking your first step, initiating new thoughts and ideas, new paths. So it feels like a creative time. Now, the 8 of Cups, I do feel like emotionally, you know, you might have really been withdrawn in the recent past. And I feel that's what the universe is saying. It's no time for action. It's no time for adventure and perhaps even travel after this period. Because there's something you're searching for, and I really feel like maybe traveling, maybe taking action towards the things that will inspire you with the Ace of Wands might really pull someone out of this emotional withdrawal. But I also feel like perhaps it's like walking away, and for some it could just be where you're headed to. That's not the card I meant to show you. I meant to show you the memories of loved ones. It could just be that you're leaving behind family and friends for a period. But that's where I'm going to leave it. But definitely a time of action and adventure, love and light. Bye, guys.